Hey friends, and welcome to the Moms About Sanity podcast. I'm Brittany, accountability coach for women who know they're made for more. This is a space where ambition meets real life, where we talk fitness, family, personal growth, leadership, and all the what the hell is happening right now moments in between. Around here, we don't chase perfection. We build momentum. We push comfort zones, ask better questions, and take real action on the goals that matter most. Each week, you'll hear honest conversations, powerful guests, and grounded reminders that you don't have to choose between showing up for your life and going after your potential. So whether you're walking, sweating, driving, or hiding in your car for 5 quiet minutes, you're in the right place. This is your permission to stop playing small in your own life. Let's get into it. Hey friends, and welcome back to the podcast. Today, it's just me, no guest. No real big topic, although I feel like maybe it is a big topic, but I'm just here for a real conversation about something that's been very present in my life lately. And I have a feeling it's something a lot of you can relate to, because sometimes life just throws us into a season that we didn't plan for. And you don't get a vote. You just do. You just have to. And that's kind of where I've been recently. So a lot of you probably saw a little bit of this online, but not the whole story. Recently, I ended up in emergency surgery for appendicitis, appendix out. And let me tell you, when something like that happens, it's wild how quickly life can shift. One moment you're moving through your day, literally like it's normal. I woke up, had a workout, had a client, and then I'm doing all the things, running the kids around. I'm supposed to go and grab my daughter. And then the next minute, I am in the most excruciating pain I've ever been in, trying to negotiate with myself if I'm over exaggerating this or if it's actually something serious that I need to listen to. And then I am in the hospital being told that I need surgery. There's something about that moment where everything literally just stops. Nothing else matters. The emails, the meetings, the schedules, the to-do lists, none of it matters in that moment. Your body just says, hey, we're stopping now. And if you're someone like me, someone who loves momentum, loves building things, loves being in motion, being forced to stop is not exactly a comfortable feeling. But what I realized pretty quickly was that, honestly, the surgery itself was the easy part. The hard part has been the recovery, because physically, yes, you're healing, and I have healed. I feel so fast, but mentally, having to adjust to moving slower, it's that forced slowness that we don't really do ever or often. And that's not always easy when your identity is built around being someone who shows up, who produces, who creates, who leads, who supports, who is the CEO of the household, who builds things, all the things. I'm a mom of 3 teenagers. I run businesses. I coach incredible humans. Life normally moves pretty fast. And suddenly I was in a position where my body was saying, yeah, you don't get to move fast right now. And there's something very humbling about that. When life forces you to slow down, you start truly noticing things. You start to notice how much our identity can get tied up in doing, in moving, in achieving. But when that gets stripped away, even temporarily, you're left with a really interesting question. Who are you when you're not doing all the things? And I'll be honest, that's been a reflection for me over the last little while, because I'm someone who loves growth, as you know, if you're here, and momentum. But there's also something really powerful about being reminded that our worth isn't tied to how productive we are. The other thing this experience reminded me of is just how quickly life can change in an instant. This surgery, the appendix, was the end of a season that we were living, of a lot of questions within our family unit as to how we navigate different things. And we did, and we got through those. Losing my grandma, thankful she just fell asleep and didn't wake up. I mean, isn't that the beautiful way to go? There's been a lot of challenges that started this year, and then life told me to slow down. And that perspective shift is real. It makes me think about how often we can push our health down the list. And I'm not one that does that, but I was working in a stress mode of being the doer to fix it all, to go into action to make sure everyone else is okay. And I feel like my appendix was just that little like, hey, pay attention to you too. We're not ignoring signals our body are sending us, or when we are, it's going to tell us to listen. Not, I'll deal with that later. I'll rest later. I'll take care of myself later. Eventually, the body will make that decision for you. And this was a very gentle way for my body to be like, yeah, time for you to listen to you. And what I'm learning in this season is that strength doesn't always look like pushing harder. Sometimes strength is the listening, allowing your intuition to speak to you, your gut to speak to you. Listening can look like resting, letting yourself heal, allowing support. That is a lifelong journey for me. And I think for women, especially the women that I work with, that's not always easy either. Because we're used to being the strong ones. We're used to being the capable ones, the ones who keep everything moving. But even the strong ones need to pause. So if there's one thing I'm really taking from this season and hopefully rolling into spring and summer with more light and flow, as I'm literally recording this, watching the snow fall in March, like what the heck? But if there's one thing I'm really taking from this season, it's health is everything. Not in a dramatic sense, but in a real sense. Our body is the vehicle that carries us through everything that we want to do in life, our family, our goals, our dreams, our business, all of it. And when your body asks you to slow down, there's wisdom in listening. And maybe you're in a season right now where something unexpected has happened. Maybe it's health. Maybe it's life circumstances. Maybe it's something that forced you to pause when you didn't want to. And if that's you, I just want to say this. A slower season doesn't mean you're falling behind. Sometimes it means life is really just asking you to realign, to reflect, to ask yourself what you truly want so that you can come back stronger in a way that is actually sustainable. I kind of laugh at how life has a way of doing things like this. My word of the year is simplicity, simplify. And as I'm recording this, I'm just having that full circle moment of, aha, I see you. So in the season of this that I did not expect, it's teaching me something so important. It's teaching me that yes, momentum and needle moving forwards is powerful, but so is pause. And sometimes the pause is exactly what allows the next chapter to unfold in such a better way. So thanks for being here with me today. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who might need this reminder today too. And as always, take care of your health, choose you, because everything else in life builds from there. See you next week. Thanks so much for tuning in today. If today's conversation resonated, then ask yourself what one small action you can take from it. Because momentum isn't built in big dramatic moments. It's built in a quiet follow through, the honest choices, and the decision you make when no one's watching. If you loved this episode, the best way to support the show is to subscribe, leave a review, or share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, you don't have to choose between showing up for your life and going after your potential. This is your permission to stop playing small. I'll see you next time.